Come on, can you go down on your knees?
Boop. Last chance. Down on your knees now.
We're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be family, but what they did would break anyone's heart. When cops arrived at a grandson's home, they expected a simple call, but what they found was a nightmare. 19-year-old Luke Ingram reported a deadly incident with his grandfather, Darwin Ingram, and 30-year-old Kobe Parker had already shocked police with a brutal attack.
So, what? Junior?
Yeah. Where's Junior?
Ronnie Jr. right here.
Ronnie. Okay, what is
that?
Those are ears.
Those are ears.
Then came the horrifying detail, ears, and a question that left everyone frozen. Whose ears are these? Ronald Wells Jr. called the police in a panic, claiming he had just defended himself during an attack by a Vietnam veteran.
Like, can I share something? This is Nick. How can I help you?
I like to report an incident here. I just had a Vietnam veteran attack me and I had to defend myself. We were smoking a bowl of pot on the table. We were just sitting here talking. And all of a sudden, he just grabbed a hold of the knife and tried to swing at me and had to defend myself. And now he's sitting here dead. I was scared to death.
He explained they had been sitting and smoking when the man suddenly grabbed a knife. In the struggle, he said, the man ended up dead and he was terrified. The name Ronald Wells Jr. immediately caught the attention of one of the responding officers who remembered the family from a domestic incident a few weeks earlier.
I was aware of who the people were. I had an incident that occurred a couple weeks prior to that event regarding the whole family. There was a domestic issue where there were some threats made that were conditional, not really warranting an arrest. Junior was the aggressor. There were some threats made, but with this call now, it kind of like, well, he's been aggressive in the past verbally, so maybe this is manifested into something physical.
Back then, Junior had been aggressive and made threats, though nothing had led to an arrest. Now, this call suggested that past aggression might have escalated into something far worse. When officers arrived, they expected a dispute between father and son. Instead, they found 30-year-old Colby Parker standing on the porch next to his grandfather, Ronald Wells Sr., who was already dead. The scene was horrific.
Where's the knife at?
Right here.
I saw several stab wounds. I mean, there was 7 or 8 stab wounds that were clearly visible, neck and chest. It was almost to the point where he was unrecognizable.
On his arm.
The dog.
The dog?
Yeah.
All right, do me a favor. Come out here. Just come out here.
Jim, that's gonna come in. You mind if I take a shower?
Not yet.
Ronald's body showed multiple stab wounds to the chest and neck, and a large patch of skin was missing from his right forearm. He was almost unrecognizable. Colby, still on the porch and covered in blood, appeared dazed.
Where's his son at? Where's Junior? You know where Junior is? There's nobody else in the house but just the dog now, right? Yes? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He claimed an aggressive pit bull inside the house had caused some of the injuries, and officers secured the dog while continuing their investigation. Initially calm, Colby's behavior began shifting unpredictably.
I had him secure the dog inside. The aggressive pit bull actually chewed on the decedent, ripped his arm off, flesh off his arm.
Where is the stuff?
Right on the front porch. Nobody else is in the house. Just the dog's in there. This is the individual that was involved. Seems a little high. He's got blood all over his hands. So, I don't know how you want to write a statement.
You can write it and we'll peel the paper. Yes, sir. Hang on, sir. Hang on. Hang on. I'll be right with you.
Can you write a statement for me?
Not right now.
Okay. All right.
We already get an account of what happened, or?
Yeah, we got a verbal. Walk me through it over time. You guys are on the front porch. And then what happened?
He spoke about smoking marijuana and feeling strange, then quickly grew agitated. Officers asked if he needed medical help, and he eventually admitted he did. But his demeanor suggested more danger was brewing. When he casually mentioned being armed, the officers finally moved decisively, realizing the situation was far more dangerous than they had first thought.
I was sitting there smoking some weed I got from right here down the road, and all I do is smoke weed. Right, I stopped. I've been clean for like 3 months now, 2 months now, something like that. I don't remember. And I told myself I wasn't gonna smoke weed, but my pop said it's cool as long as I stay away from all the other bullshit. You know what I mean? And I was smoking weed, and that's all I was smoking. I just had to put something in it because the shit made me feel weird as fuck. And then that was it. I was sat at the table, and a motherfucker lunged at me with a knife right there. It's laying on the table with like a steak knife.
And this happened inside?
Yes.
Okay. How did he get out?
On the front porch.
Okay.
The combination of past family aggression, of violent death, and Colby's erratic behavior made it clear that this was only the beginning of a terrifying and complex investigation.
All right, so you sure you don't need EMS check out?
You say you're feeling funny. You want him to at least check your vitals, make sure everything's okay?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll get him to come check
I'm
you out.
good. I'm good.
You sure? I mean, they're right down the road, so it's not a big deal. They can come at least check your vitals. You said something's not right, and you think something was in your marijuana. I want to not give you medical attention if you think something's wrong.
Yes, I need medical attention. Okay. Yeah, like now.
Officers began searching Colby Parker, concerned about what he might be hiding. They instructed him to turn and lean against the patrol car, but no weapons were found on him.
You ain't got any weapons on you or anything, right?
Yeah.
Hang on, don't move.
Use the view and just get a couple.
Well, I'm gonna pat him down real quick. Hey!
Hey, don't do that, buddy.
Don't do that.
That's not good. Don't do that.
You're gonna keep acting like that, it's gonna get bad. You said you were armed. What are you armed with?
Instead, his words and questions immediately raised alarms. He casually asked to see a gun, and when asked about a knife, he only grew more tense and erratic. Colby repeatedly mentioned his grandfather, Ronald Wells Sr., and his father, Ronald Wells Jr., but gave confusing answers about who was in the house. He claimed the dog inside had caused some injuries and said he didn't know where Jr. was.
See your gun, bro?
No.
I wasn't hearing shit like that.
No. Where was the knife at originally?
Do me a favor and just sit back now, bud.
Go ahead. Probably have a seat.
Yeah, it was over here.
You're good. Just hang out there, bud.
There's definitely nobody else in the house, correct?
There's a dog that's aggressive. Other than that, I don't know where Junior is. I asked and he didn't know. So.
Oh.
What?
Junior.
Yeah. Where's Junior?
Ronnie Jr. right here.
Ronnie. Okay, what is that?
Those are ears.
Those are ears.
Then came the most horrifying moment. Colby casually reached into his pants and pulled out something that made everyone freeze. It was human ears. The detectives realized immediately this wasn't just a violent attack. It revealed a man completely consumed by madness. They called for backup and contacted the animal control unit to manage the aggressive dog.
Can you hold those out for me? I'll take these from you. I got it.
The situation was volatile, and there were fears that more victims could be inside the house. When backup arrived, the chaos intensified. Colby resisted all attempts to restrain him. A taser was deployed, but it had little effect. He fought with almost unnatural strength, leaving officers unsure whether drugs or extreme adrenaline were causing his behavior.
Oh, can I see your gun, bro?
No.
Hey! Get down! Taser! Taser! No. Taser! Get off! I can't see what's going on. He's trying to get off. Gun. 33 traffic light, we're fighting.
Eventually, after a tense struggle, the team managed to get Colby under control.
Hold like easy. Get the other hand and get it back to around behind. I have it. Stop. Easy. Slow down. It's back here.
Oh, he's awake. He's awake. He's kicking his legs. Yeah, he's breathing.
Their next priority was to search the house for any other victims, especially since Colby had openly shown he possessed part of Ronald Wells Jr. Inside, detectives discovered a scene that was even more disturbing than they had feared. Ronald Wells Jr. was nowhere to be found, and the house contained signs of premeditated violence. A blood-soaked knife and an aluminum bat were recovered, indicating that the attack had been calculated rather than chaotic. Among the shocking discoveries was an apron stained with fake blood and adorned with fake human organs. Written across it in bold letters were the words, the family butcher. It became clear that Colby Parker was the prime suspect, and Ronald Wells Jr. had no involvement in his father's death. In custody, Colby began describing the crime in chilling detail. He admitted to hitting his grandfather with a bat multiple times and then stabbing him 4 or 5 times in the chest and throat. He explained that he had cut off his grandfather's ears, claiming it was a spur-of-the-moment decision, something he felt needed to be done.
I got his ears. He knew everything was about to happen.
Was he facing you or was he facing away when you hit him with the bat?
He was facing me.
So he saw it coming. So you hit him here, 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 here. Where'd you hit him with the bat?
Once or twice in the face and a third time in the back of the head, I think.
So you swung the bat more than once?
I think it was once or twice, yeah.
Okay. So he goes down on the floor. He's laying there facing you. Then what do you do?
That's when I finished it.
Tell me what you did. Finished it.
Well, after I hit him with the bat, I had to pull the knife, and I got him 4 or 5 times in the chest, in the throat, and I got his ears.
You cut his ears off?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I don't know.
You have to have an idea. Who does that?
It was a spur of the moment.
Trophies? Did you plan on? Why are you smiling? I don't think it's friggin' funny for a minute.
I'm not smiling. I'm nervous. Followed my heart. Something told me it needed to be done.
He insisted the dog had caused some injuries, but investigators noted the wounds were too clean, clearly made by a knife. Colby admitted he wanted to make sure his grandfather was dead, justifying it as helping him along because he was old and frail.
They weren't bite marks, it was a fillet mark, like you're skinning fish.
I just wanted to make sure it was done.
You wanted to make sure he was dead. Is that what you mean by done?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because he was growing old and frail, and that's what happened.
Oh. Didn't your grandma just pass away Thursday?
Yes.
Did you want him to be with her, so you just wanted to help him along his way?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes, sir.
So you just killed him because you wanted to kill him?
Further questioning revealed Colby's disturbing mindset. He described every action methodically, from hitting with the bat to stabbing with the knife and finally removing the ears. His casual recounting shocked the detectives, exposing a man who had committed murder without hesitation or remorse. The crime was deliberate, brutal, and calculated. In April 2021, Colby Parker was convicted of second-degree murder, along with several other charges, and sentenced to 50 years in prison.
I just remember looking into his eyes and there was nothing there. That was my first glance into what evil really looks like. And you just can't shake that once you see it.
I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime career event. This is something that does not happen on a regular basis. And as a homicide detective, I'm kind of exposed to some more heinous crimes now, and I haven't seen anything quite like it since.
Investigators who had confronted him described the encounter as a stark lesson in the nature of evil. Even seasoned homicide detectives admitted that nothing had prepared them for the sheer callousness and brutality displayed that day. In the end, all deception was stripped away, and Colby Parker was exposed for the monster he truly was. The loss endured by Ronald Wells Sr.'s family, however, could never be repaired, leaving a permanent scar on everyone involved. In the early hours of Wednesday, November 9th, 2022, deputies from the Flagler County Sheriff's Office were called to Claremont Court in Palm Coast, Florida, following a distressing 911 call from a neighbor. The neighbor reported that 48-year-old Clint Ingram had been attacked inside his home and had managed to escape, seeking help. When officers arrived, Clint explained that his 19-year-old son, Luke Ingram, had come home from Gunwoody, Georgia, for a family dinner. During the evening, Luke had suddenly begun acting erratically, displaying violent behavior that quickly escalated. He attacked both his father, Clint, and his 85-year-old grandfather, Darwin Ingram.
Motion lights just came on next door.
Where's the grandfather? He's right there.
Down right beside the front door.
As long as we can get him and get him out, then we can go from there.
While Clint had managed to flee to the neighbors for safety, Darwin remained trapped inside. As deputies approached the house, motion lights revealed the grim scene. Darwin was lying near the front door, and the officers could sense the danger still lurking within. Luke stood between them and the victim, holding a blunt object. Despite repeated orders to raise his hands and move slowly, Luke remained cold and uncooperative, giving nothing away.
Can you come out to us, man? Come talk to us. What's going on today? Slow, hands up in the air. Come out nice and slow. What's going on today?
You all right? You need medical?
We have an ambulance on standby to check you out.
Officers prepared to enter the home, knowing that every second counted and that Darwin's life was at stake. They tried repeatedly to reason with Luke, asking him to kneel and cooperate, but his erratic, almost detached behavior made it clear that he was under the influence of something, or trapped in his own violent mindset.
Look, we're only going to ask nicely so many times.
They get you guys taken care of. All right, just turn around and go down onto your knees. Is there a reason you're not doing that? Here to talk to you. What's going on? Are you hurt at all? Do you need medical attention? Oh, kneel down. Can you kneel down so we can talk? So we can help you and your grandfather out?
Eventually, deputies had to use force to subdue him. Luke resisted with alarming strength, refusing to comply and even fighting as officers attempted to restrain him.
We're going to have to do that. Come on. Can you go down on your knees? Luke, kneel down. Get ready. Luke. Don't stretch. Come on.
Luke, last chance. Down on your knees, now.
Luke, go down onto your knees.
After a tense struggle, he was finally controlled. But the scene inside the house revealed horrors beyond anyone's imagination. Darwin's condition was catastrophic. He had suffered unimaginable injuries at the hands of his grandson. Luke had brutally assaulted his grandfather, crushing his skull with a blunt object, breaking multiple ribs and severely beating him.
I can't do anything.
I can do everything. On the ground. No, I'm on the ground.
The violence didn't stop there. Darwin's ears and lips had been chewed off, and a metal rod was later discovered lodged deeply within his body during the autopsy. Paramedics pronounced him dead at 3:24 a.m., the result of extensive blunt force trauma.
Go ahead and check on Grandpa.
Just stop. 221 flagger. The elderly male inside is heavily injured. Send med.
Male secured.
Once Luke was secured, he remained disturbingly calm. Officers photographed him for evidence before transporting him to the station. He arrived barefoot, bruised, and oddly composed, even as his vacant eyes betrayed a mind disconnected from reality. Reports confirmed that Luke was not taking any prescribed medication for his schizophrenia, a diagnosis his father later revealed. Clint told investigators that Luke had been acting strangely at dinner, staring intensely at both him and his father, making them uneasy. Luke's unpredictable behavior had escalated so quickly that Clint locked himself in a room before attempting to escape the house, only to be confronted by his son during a violent struggle that left him unconscious twice. At the sheriff's department, Luke's behavior shifted rapidly between calm and aggressive. The deputies quickly realized that handling him required extreme caution.
What are you doing?
Looking around.
What?
Looking around.
Why don't you have a seat, man?
I'm fine. Thank you, though. Where's my dad? What's going on here? How in the did that happen?
At one point, he slipped his handcuffs to the front, bit an officer, and lunged at others. Several deputies worked together to restrain him safely, adding additional security measures until EMS arrived.
Can we use some help? Well, yeah, once we get inside, yeah, we'll definitely check them out.
It'll be warmer in here.
He was treated for minor injuries and evaluated medically before being transferred to the county jail. But even behind bars, his unpredictable nature continued to be a concern. As the investigation unfolded, it became evident that Luke's actions were not only violent, but deeply tied to his untreated mental illness. The combination of schizophrenia and psychosis had created a dangerous mix, rendering him capable of extreme violence without apparent remorse.
All right, that's fine. I'm John. I don't know you. All right, and I get that. Okay. We just met you today, too. Met you today. Just met. You remember that downstairs?
No, we met a year ago.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did you know?
No.
Investigators pieced together the crime scene, medical reports, and family accounts to understand the full extent of the attack. It became clear that the tragedy was the result of both a mental health crisis and a failure to control escalating behaviors.
Feel a bit more comfortable, right?
No, never mind. Just leave them out back, just adjust them a little bit and...
No, this way they won't be so tight, Luke. I don't, I want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to be uncomfortable, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Sit tight. Don't move. Don't move that.
We're gonna make this a little bit more
make this comfortable for you, bud. Okay.
That way we won't have to bend your arm like that next time to reach it. Got more space in the cuffs, got you out of the car. You're doing much better in here.
Give me a little bit of light on it.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
How's that?
A little bit better?
A little bit better?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
just a little better.
All right. Would you mind just taking a seat and hanging out for a minute? That'd be all right?
The legal proceedings were swift once Luke was deemed competent for evaluation. After a thorough psychological assessment, experts determined that Luke was legally insane at the time of the murder. Judge Taryn Perkins ruled that he was not guilty by reason of insanity, despite the severity of the charges, which included first-degree murder, attempted murder, and battery with a deadly weapon.
We need to handcuff him behind his back so he can sit up and breathe better. So
Why can't we have him? I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay,
He's going to have a weapon now, potentially, for if he pulled it away.
For which hand?
A tug of war on the handcuffs.
They've been up there with them. What do you want to do?
I'm thinking if we can
get a hobble from
like if they're in jail, like their hands are stuck in front of their waist,
Okay.
they're hobbled at their feet, that way his hands don't get free.
Do we have something to hobble them?
We're calling for him, but I don't know if anybody's got it.
One sec, buddy. Stay still for me for a sec.
Instead of serving time in prison, Luke was ordered to a high-security mental health facility, not for punishment but for treatment. The trial lasted just 45 minutes, more of a formality than a conventional court battle. The ruling brought a measure of closure in legal terms, but for Darwin Ingram's family, the emotional scars remain.
So this
You have to. Hold on. Go ahead. Who is going to have control of that
Hansky's
arm?
got that?
I got this one.
But you got to realize he's going to have two cuffs from it. So make sure you both have control of that arm.
All right.
We will have control of this arm, but then we also need a pair of cuffs.
I'm going to release here.
Take a deep breath, buddy.
Oh my God, this hurts.
Relax. If you relax, it'll stop hurting.
Okay. All right.
The grief of losing a loved one in such a horrific manner, especially at the hands of a family member, is something no courtroom can erase. Clint Ingram's ordeal and the loss of his father serve as a haunting reminder that danger sometimes comes from within the home, often from those we least expect. Family members were left to process a complex mix of grief, trauma, and relief that the person responsible was under secure psychiatric care rather than free to harm again. Throughout the case, deputies and investigators emphasized the rarity of such extreme events. Handling Luke required immense patience, coordination, and caution at every stage, from the initial 911 call to restraining him, documenting evidence, and supporting the family through the aftermath. They faced a volatile, unpredictable individual whose violent actions and mental state demanded immediate action to prevent further harm. The combination of untreated schizophrenia, psychosis, and sudden violent tendencies made this one of the most challenging and tragic cases in the county's recent history. While the law ensured Luke received psychiatric treatment rather than traditional punishment, the story of Darwin Ingram's death stands as a cautionary tale about the importance of mental health awareness, early intervention, and the dangers that can arise when severe mental illness goes untreated. For the family and community, it was a day that shattered trust, safety, and the sense of security within a home that should have been a place of peace. This case reminds us that tragedies like these, while rare, leave a lasting imprint on everyone involved. The officers, family members, and community are left grappling with questions about what could have been done differently and how to prevent such horrors in the future. The focus now is on ensuring that those with severe mental illness receive proper care and that families are supported before situations spiral into violence. If you found this story compelling and want to stay updated with more gripping true crime cases and real-life mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't miss our next video. There are more shocking stories waiting to be uncovered.